Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's me, Irvin, with another light novel review. Welcome once again. Before anything, thank you to Yen On for delivering another good review here. This is Sasaki and Miyano, and this one is it's a series that has been out already. There's an anime already. There's manga. There's light novels. This is actually a side story. This is Sasaki Miyano First Years. It's very small, but that's the site title. First Years. It's a prequel to the series. For those who are wondering. Now, before anything, thank you again, Yem Press, for sending another copy for me to review. I've had this one on my shelf. I started reading it. I haven't completed it yet, but I did start reading through it, and it's refreshing. It's a little bit the characters. It's weird because whenever you write a story, you develop a character, and then if you do a prequel, you kind of have to undevelop the character. So that's kind of where we're at, and we'll talk about it in just a second. But before anything, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Give some love to my channel by commenting, liking, and sharing. You guys can find me on social media. Very soon, I'm going to be starting to hit social media hard again. So please, guys. Do subscribe to my social media. It is in the description below. Thank you again for watching this video. Again, if you want to find this one, there is a link in the description below where you guys can buy cheap light novels and manga. So make sure you're checking them out as well. So, okay, Sasaki and Miyano. This one is definitely one for the books. It's I don't know. It's a good prequel, but I guess because I wasn't always the huge fan of this series, that's probably why I'm struggling to get through the entire story. It does conclude some of the questions that are in the back of the book, and that's basically a good summary of what's going on. We see Hirano and Sasaki as first years in high school, so their interaction and how the upperclassmen treat them as well, and we get a lot of still of the um is it romance or is it just bromance, type of deal. And then how Kurosawa became so dedicated to his mysterious be loving girlfriend. So we still have the girl who's into P love, and you have this misunderstandings and all that going on in the series as well. And um, what happened on Pocky Day is also one big thing that I've read, and it reveals basically how they became friends. In their first years of high school, we get a lot of the behind the scenes, a lot of the background stories of the characters that we already know, and that is, in a nutshell, the volume. I do want to say again with light novels like this one, where they're prequels, not sequels, or not even side stories of a specific character, it's a little hard to refresh your mind, I guess, and take any pre thinking of what the character should be and should act like. And they're meeting each other, they're friends. Like, it's not anything that we uh, already know. So we have to deconstruct. I guess is the word I used in the beginning. Deconstruct our pre-notion of these characters. And again, it could be well done, and it could be sometimes not so well done. This one I think is in between. I think when you do a prequel, you want to go back enough where the characters are not even maybe introduced, maybe it's other characters and then they're introduced eventually and they become the spotlight eventually. Um, or it's far back enough where, you know, there's enough deconstruction, but enough space for construction of the characters, and still developing to the point that we start at the very first volume. So, this one, I think there's still a lot of, like, just looking at the cover, you look at the cover and you kind of already feel like there's that pre um, they're gonna end up. We have that in behind our heads. So, oh well. It's a good light novel. Like I said, I probably read. Let's see. I'm in page 77, and it's a pretty short light novel. I think it has about 150. So I'm about halfway through the light novel. Probably will finish it on some free time here and there, but it is a series that I never got really full into. I know there's a big following to it, which is why the prequel came out. A lot of people were excited for it. If you're into the series, I would say this is probably a have to for you guys. Not being a big fan of it, I still enjoyed some parts and bits of this light novel. Not comparing it to the actual series, I would say it's a pretty good solid prequel. So just not the best. I guess whenever I think of prequels, I always have to think of like Star Wars, and we got the fourth, fifth and sixth episode, and then we get the first two, three, eventually, which were somewhat well done, and that's kind of what I always compare it in my head. So, but at the same time, being they started in the fourth episode, they had already thought of the first three episodes. So, anyways, not the point. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, check out Yen Press and Yen on their light novel side company. So make sure you give them some love. I will be posting this video hopefully on social media. So if you're watching this on social media, follow me there. If you're watching on YouTube or even not on YouTube, get to YouTube and subscribe there as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys next time. Like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.